Okay, so now recording. So it's Monday night, September 12th, and I just wanted to start this group, and this may or may not work as a good time at 9 p.m. at night because I know it's kind of late. But for some people who have kids, they get their kids to bed and all that good stuff. So we'll just kind of see. But I wanted a place where we could all connect and see each other and meet each other because we're all spread out around the U.S., and I just think it's so good to have some people to support you when you're going for leader and just kind of a sisterhood. And that's how I got to leader. That's how we've gotten other people to leader. And we just see some success with that. So, so that's kind of what I do. So the people that are on, do you guys want to go through and introduce yourself? And Beth, I'm just going to start in alphabetical order. Beth, do you want to go first?
Sure. I am Stroke, and I am from Layton, Missouri.
It's like, Beth is like, what, an hour from Kansas City?
A little over an hour.
Okay, a little over an hour from Kansas City. So, okay, then Brandy, do you want to go?
Is that me? Hi, I'm Brandy. I'm from River Ridge, Louisiana, which is right outside of New Orleans.
And then I'll introduce Melissa because I think she's helping take care of the baby. But she just had a baby, like newborn. So I think she actually signed up to be a Wild Tree rep from the hospital.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did, right?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, with like it wasn't even a month ago, right?
Yeah, she's a month old. Yep.
Yeah, month old. Okay, so right at. So yeah, so she's got a little one at home, and you know they hit that fussy stage sometimes right about now. But anyway, so she's brand spanking new and going for leader too. So. So welcome everybody. And then I know some other people were going to try and get on and had some late things. Somebody had a party. So I don't know who will make it tonight if other people pop on. Did you guys have a chance to watch that vision video that I posted on our Facebook message?
Yes, I did.
Awesome. Do you have any like key learnings or takeaways from that video? That you remember now?
Not that I remember right off the top of my head.
Yeah. And really what I want you guys to think about, we did this at the team meeting last week, was we literally got like an 8x11 sheet of paper and we used different color paper and wrote in the middle like vision/dream. And then we wrote down, and this is going to be kind of your homework for the week, but we wrote down, you know, what is your vision? What is your dream? And really, like, some people wrote, you know, $200 to pay a bill. And I kind of challenged them on that. Like, that's really, you know, I mean, that is a dream to pay that off. But I want you to dream big. Like, what's a big dream? Is it taking your family to Disney World? Is it, you know, having enough money to go on a vacation with your husband? And you know, really dream about what you want. And I want that on that vision board as well. And then we'll start with one goal that's the priority. And that's the goal that I want you to be working toward. Okay? So do that this week. Make that vision board for yourself. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of assign you guys a triad group. And you guys can just chat. It can be like a chat on the phone. It can be just your own personal like group messaging. But I think it'll help you guys as you're going through this, like bounce ideas off each other. How do you need help with this? So I'm going to be posting that on our little group chat that we have going. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about a little bit was just our Facebook page. Are you guys on the Facebook page, like the Wildfire? Okay. So
yes.
as much celebration as you guys want to do, like this is not my strong suit, to be completely honest. I keep trying to getting better and better, but it's just not my strong suit to celebrate people all the time. But it really needs to be done. And so even if you're excited about something that you did, or you're talking to someone in your child group and they're excited about something they did, throw something out there, because a lot of times I don't even hear about things. But post it out there and just say, oh my gosh, Melissa did this and has this big booking coming up. It's so exciting. Just little things like that, just to show excitement. It'll build momentum for your team members who are coming on that page. Okay, so anytime that you get somebody new, you want to welcome them on the page, and just be, just show that excitement. So the other thing I'll say on that Facebook page, I think a lot of people don't realize, over on the right-hand side of the page, kind of right in the middle, it says description, and then you can click more. And if you click more, I have a ton of links there for different things, like my Wild Tree Opportunity webinar, things like that. So it's just a really good resource if you're looking for something. So this week I really just wanted to talk a little bit about that vision. If you guys want to work on your vision board, in general for a team leader, the goal is to have 6 to 8 personal bookings within a month, and then 10 team bookings, and then 2 to 5 personal recruits, which honestly, the 2 to 5, it's a big goal. Like, I think I've only had 1 month with 5 recruits, but it's a good goal to have because it stretches you every month. Whereas if I say have 2 recruits, then you ask half as many people and you end up with maybe 1 or 0. So if I say 5 recruits, that means you need to talk to about 50 to 100 people to get that. Okay. And when you're new and starting out, the conversations are going to be a little bit, it's going to take some time to get used to. And everyone thinks that a business, you're just going to start and you're going to just keep climbing. Where honestly, you guys, it more looks like this. We're going to have like spaghetti is what we call it. So we're going to have some ups and downs in the beginning. And there's this framework that I will share with you kind of in a really big picture right now. It's called stages. And what that means is, and this happens with everything, like you can take riding a bike through this framework. So you start out super excited, like I'm going to learn how to ride a bike, and you're just so excited about it. And then you get on that bike and you're like, I don't want to take my feet off the ground. It's going to be scary. And it's kind of like frantic. And then you have to make a decision. Am I going to try and learn how to ride this bike? Or am I just going to stop and not go any further? And you're going to hit that point with Wild Tree too. And when you hit that point, we call that anxious, frantic. And you get to make a decision of if you want to jump in and learn the skills you need that we can teach you or not. Okay, so when you hit that anxious stage and you're like, I don't know what to do, that's when you need to call me for sure. Okay, so I can just walk you through. I walk everybody through this stage, and I can walk you through and figure out what's going to work for you in your situation. Okay, so that's stages framework. And then the other thing I want to ask you guys, are you guys signed up for the foundations training? You guys know what that is? Okay.
The online webinars, right?
Yes, the online webinars. Those foundation trainings are really good. I'm going through the one right now, just so I know what they're teaching and making sure that I, love it. And I do. I love it. So I think it's great. So that's a really good one. So it's 6 weeks. Every week there's one. So. And that's all I want to hit on tonight. I really just wanted to look at that vision and have you guys be thinking about that and just have kind of the big picture in mind of where we're headed and where we're going. And just to know that everyone's here to, support you and to celebrate, and that we need to celebrate each other as much as we can. So do you guys have questions? I'm happy to answer any questions you have or something you've been working on. I know I talked to both Beth and Brandy today. Did I talk to you today, Melissa, or was that yesterday?
No, we talked last week.
Okay. You can tell my days run together for sure. So, but yeah, and we can use this time, this time, or like if we do this next week, I'm going to kind of check with everyone and see if it works, if Monday nights work for everybody. Does it work for you guys?
It does me.
Okay.
Yeah, it works.
Okay. So if it does, then we'll just try and do that. And if, one of us has a party or something like that, then, do the party. Okay. Especially you guys, do the party. Like, you want to make sure that's what you're focusing on. Do you guys have any other questions you want to talk about tonight, or big picture things, or just thoughts? Okay, so you guys are ready to rock and roll. It's all about telling your story, and don't make it too hard. It can just be like why you fell in love with Wild Tree. That's all it has to be. And the more that you tell your story, the more people are gonna latch on. So I tell my story at the bank. I tell my story at the car dealership, and it's as basic as it's not my full story. It's just kind of like, just talking to people and learning what they do. Like the girl at the car dealership, I was talking to her, and she's like, oh, we're pregnant with our first child, blah, blah, blah. And I'm working full time. Like, oh, what do you guys do for dinners? You can just ask that. Or I asked her what she did for work, and she told me, and then she asked me what I did. And so I shared with her. And my tagline, I just say, I help busy people make healthy meals. That's my tagline. And then they'll ask more. So I say, I help busy people make healthy meals. Very, very simple. And then if they're at all intrigued or interested, they'll be like, well, what do you mean? And so I'll give a little bit more information, like 2 sentences. I get people together. I have a menu and a grocery list, or I'll make, meal plans for them. And it's healthy, easy, and on a budget. I usually save my clients 30 to 35%. And that's it. And so then they're like, wait, what? Tell me more, So that's how the conversation gets going. But it's all about the number of times you tell your story. And I'm telling you, like, it's kind of funny, like just random people that I meet that I tell my story to. I have a list. So that list of 100 that you start with in your orientation packet, I still have mine from 6 years ago. And I just keep adding people on. And so this weekend I added 4 more people I was at an event Friday night with my husband. And so I met somebody there. I don't even remember where I was Saturday. Oh, a family event, and someone talked to me about it. And then Sunday, I ran into a dad at Girl Scouts, and he was asking me about it, a single dad. So I have a list from this weekend of people that I've added on, and I'm just going to try and get them to come to, like, my next party that I have. So, all about telling your story. So if your story, like Melissa, you guys tried the meals, and your husband, who can be somewhat picky, loved them, eats them all the time, then that's your story. And it's just, we fell in love with this because it's easy, it's simple, and that's what you say. So. All right, ladies. If you don't have any questions, then I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. If you had a question, what would it be? Okay. If you think of something,
sorry.
You what?
I said no questions. Sorry.
That's okay. If you think of one, you can post it on our little Facebook thing too. But I really want us to kind of use the Facebook Wildfire page too to talk back and forth if needed. So I think it's good when other people, there are so many people out there that don't ever comment but are on the page. And it's really interesting because they'll individually message me like, I saw this out here, and I'm like, you didn't say anything, or you didn't like it, or, you know, so the more conversation you get going, other people join in. So, all right, ladies. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. I'm going to stop the recording and just say good night, and I will chat with you all soon.
Thanks, Annie. Have a good one.
All right. Good night.